Welcome to For Your Amusement, a theme park podcast that aims to exhaustively evaluate the world's most popular theme park attractions to determine if they are world class. I'm Ryan Bergara.
I'm Byron Marin.
And for today's episode, we're ranking the top 5 Disney World hotels. And joining us in doing the devil's work is none other than Tim Tracker from YouTube.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the show, Tim.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We've been hesitant for a long time about doing this episode because we didn't feel like... I think we've been to quite a few of the hotels at the Walt Disney World Resort at this point.
I see.
But we really felt like we needed a guest that actually has kind of lived and breathed the Orlando experience long enough to, you know, either validate or shut our opinions down and be a voice of reason of sorts. So, Tim, we felt like you're the perfect guy for this job. So we appreciate you for coming on here.
I'll take the reins on that one. We figured it out. We as a family have stayed at every single Walt Disney World Resort with the exception of, I think it's Beach Club. We stayed at Yacht Club, which is attached to Beach Club, so we counted it as one.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same
But
thing,
everybody that watches the video says, no, you haven't done it. You have to go do the other one. So
rules are rules, Tim.
yeah, as soon as the pool is done being refurbished, we're going.
Back to Storm Along Bay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I get the completionist. Also, it's, this is a great episode to have you on, Tim, because we've been informed almost every episode that you would be a great episode to have on.
This is true.
Many people in our comments.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Been a long-running request. So I think when Ryan, did we meet you in the bus on the way to Volcano Bay? Was that it? It was
Yeah.
for this. It was like a month ago at the Epic. And you introduced yourself like, oh, that's the Tim Tracker.
I was like, we've discovered.
You've been requested for quite a while for this show.
So I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah. No worries. Do you
also-
know why that is, Ryan?
Why people have requested you to come on?
Yeah, I think, well, here's the thing. You are one of the only people that I've ever really said that I watch on YouTube is the ghost stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Oh, thank you. That's
no
amazing.
worries.
I didn't know.
I
did not know
one
that.
of 2 YouTubers that I have one of your shirts too.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. That's crazy.
Truly a testament to your patience.
No, that's amazing. I had no idea, dude. Thank you. Because as soon as we had discovered who you were, I was like, oh my God, this is the guy that, I mean, honestly, a fair amount, I would say probably more than anybody you've been requested, which is how serendipitous that we would find our way together in this strange tiki room.
Yeah. On a bus, nonetheless. Going to Volcano
That's right.
Bay with the tiki theme.
A world-class event for sure.
I don't know. Yeah, we did a review. And it wasn't our favorite event there. the Volcano Bay.
The Volcano Bay thing.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the hula dancers though?
We didn't even get to that point because it was so. I think everyone was so exhausted. It just no one looked like they were having a great time, and then it was a thing. It was a whole thing. Happy to be there, but also we were like definitely want to not be in this exact moment.
Yeah. Every other event that week, fan-frickin-tastic. It was just, that was the one we had
We did not watch the actual show on the beach though. That's we missed that. Yeah, I guess we fucked
It was
up.
fun because they were making sure that nobody was getting in the water. The DJ was
Nice.
like, go dip your toes in the water. And then the lifeguards would run over and be like, get out of the water.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Once you have one toe in, the next thing you know, you're drowning.
You're running for Krakatoa or...
A little housekeeping up top here before we get into the fives here. Like and subscribe to keep the channel alive. If you're watching the video version over on youtube.com/@FYApod, or if you're listening to this, in your car or doing chores or whatever, rate and subscribe to the podcast 5 stars and consider supporting us over on our fourth wall. It's a different version of Patreon. You'll get up to 3 monthly bonus shows in addition to the one you're watching now, and our merch is over there as well. But let's just get straight into this. We normally do an aggregate list, but I had a feeling since there's so many Walt Disney World hotels that we would probably end up, having a million ties, and that would be fun for nobody. So instead, we are going to reveal our list one by one and explain why we've listed that in a certain way. We're also going to be revealing our honorable mentions, things that didn't make it to our list, but also maybe what we think is the worst hotel. A dishonorable mention, if you will. And with that being said, I personally made my list because I don't know how you guys did your list. I made my list based on what was my favorite or what intrigued me. Because honestly, spoiler alert, I have not been to every Disney World hotel. I have resort hopped in the sense that I have gone to the bars at many of these hotels, but I have not actually stayed at all of them. Tim is probably going to be the authority here. If you want a more authoritative list, Tim's is probably the one you want. But mine, I went off vibes and what intrigued me. Even the ones I hadn't even been to. Maybe some ones I haven't been to have snuck their way onto my list.
A couple wish lists,
Indeed.
if you will. And if you've got some destinations that you'd like to get off your wish list, look no further than Sarah B. Travels, today's sponsor, to help you get there. Sarah Beyer is a theme park-obsessed wife, mom, and travel advisor who helps families plan amazing, low-stress vacations to Disney, Universal, and other iconic destinations all around the world. She's a one-woman show who knows the parks inside and out, especially what it's like traveling with little kids, picky eaters, or sensory needs. Sarah's capable of taking care of everything if you so choose, from lightning lane strategies to express passes, dining reservations, and custom pacing that fits your family. She even helps with first-timers who don't know where to start, and even seasoned Disney or Universal pros who just want someone else to handle all the details. She has lots of resources and guides to help you familiarize yourself with the parks. Sarah also builds personalized itineraries designed around your travel style, whether you're rope-dropping thrill rides, just vibing out with snacks and shows, or traveling to foreign countries. Sarah B even plans rest breaks, character stops, and snack runs so your trip feels magical and manageable. The best part about all this? Her planning services are completely free for most destinations. No fees, no catch. That's because she gets paid by the suppliers, not you. Planning a theme park trip can get overwhelming fast, but with Sarah, you don't have to worry about missing out or getting stuck in long lines with tired kids. Sarah's not just a booking agent, she's like your personal theme park strategist, hype woman, and travel bestie, all bundled in one. Families love her attention to detail, warm personality, and how much care she puts into making the trip perfect for each traveler. You can go ahead and follow Sarah on her adventures over at Instagram at sarah.fortheloveofcastles. And if you want to get the ball rolling on your next trip, we're going to drop a link in the description to this video or wherever you get your podcasts, where you'll be able to fill out a questionnaire and put Sarah to work. Thank you, Sarah B. Travels, for sponsoring this episode. Meow, back to the show.
Tim, how was the experience of making this list for you?
I had actually made this list 2 years ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was just waiting for your email this whole time. I made a video about this 2 years ago, but my list has actually changed a little bit. It's all the same hotels, but they've kind of moved around a little bit in the list.
I'm curious as to why there was movement. Byron, how was making this list for you?
It was tough because, once again, it's like I haven't stayed at a few of the hotels that I feel like would be objectively some of the best. So I kind of went like a half and half. Like I did a few, that kind of, that tickle my heartstrings a bit. And then I did a few or a couple at least, that I haven't actually stayed at that I would like to, because I've explored the grounds and I thought, wow, like unless the room really sucks, this is going to be a kick-ass experience if I come back here. So yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a lot of fun. I mean, how many hotels are there at this point? It's got to be upwards of like 20, right?
Yeah, something like that.
It's at least like 17.
That's crazy.
So yeah. So I think I've stayed at a total of 8. So got a long way to go.
And I will say too, we had just gone to Universal. Tim, you were at this event as well, and I'm still new to the Universal Resort game, just because I hadn't gone over to Universal Florida that much. One thing that I was observing when we were being bussed around there is that there is something to the Disney bubble of like Disney World Resort, just the gates that surround all these resorts and pack in all the hotels and the parks. You really do feel like you are in a Disney World, like a universe of its own. Whereas like Universal hotels, you're passing like IHOPs and stuff like that.
The boot barn.
Yeah, the boot barn, which actually I was like, I got to get me some boots. I never have thought that ever in my life, but maybe I will today. Those are thoughts that don't enter your mind in the Disney bubble because you're just looking at Disney stuff.
Yeah.
So that is something that I had never really thought about until going to the Universal Resort. So I do think it's interesting. I gained a somewhat new appreciation for just the feat of making a Disney World.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane. With that being said, why don't we just go ahead and jump straight into honorable mentions here? And I'm going to be going off the cuff because I didn't even prepare for honorable or dishonorable. I just have my top 5 locked in. Tim, why don't we start with you? Is there anything that didn't make your 5 that you want to just throw a bone to right now?
Oh yeah, Old Key West.
Oh man, that's actually the first hotel I ever stayed at in Disney World, because I've been to Disney World 2 times with my family before I caught the full sickness, and then Old Key West. That was our introduction to Disney World, and I love this place. Why do you love this place?
Good place to start. Like the rooms are gigantic. They got a screened-in porch out the back, and the restaurants on property are so good.
Yeah, they have a good brunch spot there, don't they?
Yeah, well, they got a good fried chicken spot. It's the same spot, but yeah.
What is it called again? I can't recall.
It's called Olivia's.
Olivia's, that's what it was. It's a funny theme because it basically just looks like it looks like every hotel in Florida because it's the Keys. So I didn't realize that when I was younger, but my memories of this hotel are very foggy. But I did watch a bunch of videos from other YouTubers before this just to see what other people thought about some of these hotels. And Quincy, she's a big fan of this place, I believe.
Nice.
Or no, wait, not Quincy. I'm thinking of the Disney Food Blog. Disney Food Blog, they are a big fan of this place because they love Olivia. So, I guess it's something I have to check out. What's been your personal experience at Olivia's, Tim?
Oh, just the fried chicken. Just going and eating fried chicken.
It's really that good?
Yeah. I haven't done like a definitive fried chicken challenge, go out and try all the different fried chickens, but like it's pretty darn good.
Have you ever had Knott's fried chicken?
Yeah.
Is it better than that?
See, Knott's fried chicken didn't stick out in my memory. So in my opinion, then yes, it's better because this one sticks out in my memory. But also I've eaten at Olivia's way more than I've eaten at Knott's.
Byron, have you been to Old Key West?
I have never been to this resort.
It's pretty, is it like far out there? Why does it feel like it's far out from like the resort loop? But maybe I'm wrong.
It's over by Disney Springs.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's a little bit of ways, but it's sort of near Port Orleans and Riverside and stuff like that. But also it was the very first DVC resort. Like it was built specifically as a DVC.
Oh.
And so nobody could stay there for the longest time unless you were DVC, and then they finally opened it up.
Yeah, no, I remember because like I wasn't actually privy to most of the planning because I was, a child when we first went to this place. But like that was my parents were very excited to do a first Disney World trip, and we did the Disney dining plan. And I just remember every meal gorging ourselves to the point where I felt like I was going to be sick just because my family's big on value. So we were just like, if they're going to give us an appetizer, a dessert, and an entree, we are going to eat every goddamn bite of that.
Right.
And Tim, it's funny that you bring up that it's near Port Orleans area because it opened the same year as Port Orleans Riverside, or what was called Dixie Landing at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but I didn't know that was the first DVC. That's interesting.
Byron, do you have a honorable mention?
Honorable mention here, I have to go with, because it's technically not a Disney-owned hotel, so I didn't put it on my list, but the Swan and Dolphin. I love the Swan and Dolphin.
Damn.
If you like, in terms of like location for price, like I understand that like since it's not operated by Disney, it's not going to have as much magic involved. So maybe if you're taking kids or you're going on like a once in a lifetime Disney World trip of that sort, so you want to get the full experience, and maybe that's not the best for a family, and it's like kind of got very much of a big conference vibe. But man, like if you're a returning guest to the resort and you just want an incredible location in a good hotel that's decently run, and also gives you the deluxe hotel perks.
Yeah.
At like oftentimes you go on this, you could often book it through Costco. And get a ticket package. In addition to that, even if I looked, actually for all these hotels, I pretty much took screenshots of what we would pay if we just booked a hotel today.
Oh, me too. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, amazing. So like, for example, in this case, like I think it's like the low 300s today, but there's often times you could get online. It's run by Marriott. So, go through your Bonvoy or whatever, but oftentimes like $200, $250 to get this basically deluxe hotel.
Yeah,
because
I
you
mean,
get
and
the
obviously
extended
that's like
hours.
still very expensive, but like compared to the deluxe price tag of like $600 a night.
Compared to the hotels, like, 5 to 10 minute walk away in that, my personally favorite area of the resort to stay at.
The Crescent Lake area.
Yeah.
It is beautiful.
So I had to give it the honorable mention.
So here's a fun thing about Swan and Dolphin.
Oh, yeah,
Every year they do a food and wine festival, and it's one fee. Like you can get a package where you stay at the hotel, and then you buy entry, you buy a wristband, and it's all you can eat, all you can drink from like hundreds of booths, and it's like gourmet food.
Oh my God.
Like it's not like Epcot's food and wine where you're getting, like what they want you to have. This is like you're getting steaks, you're getting pork chops, you're getting all kinds of really good stuff.
Beef's back on the menu.
Mind blown. Wait, what time of year was this? Or is this?
It's a great question. I don't know what time of year it is. I think
Byron's
it might
going to
be
book it right now.
fall.
Goodbye, boys. I got to do some research.
Yeah.
what would my honorable mention be? I think the one that actually has intrigued me a lot, and I haven't been to it, mainly just because it's close to that Skyliner, is Caribbean Beach. I don't know too much about it. It looks fine enough.
Yeah.
I think it's moderate in terms of like...
huge.
Oh, nice. Okay. There's that. But, it's that Skyliner. So I have more opinions on my 5, but if I was going to go and explore a different one, I would probably do that. Though I will say I did walk around Wilderness Lodge for the first time, and that place looks absolutely delightful. Like, I just feel it's very quaint. It feels like a more expanded version of the Grand Californian in a lot of ways. One of the coolest lobbies I've ever seen too. Like the little creek that goes through the lobby. It's amazing, and they have rocking chairs next to it. Have you stayed there?
Yes.
Is it amazing?
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert! It's on my
Yeah,
list.
I was going to say.
So there it is. Okay, good. I won't go into it too much. And then very quickly, let's get into some dishonorable mentions. And let's go around the bend one more. Tim, what is the worst hotel you stayed at in Disney World?
Any of the All Stars.
Oh,
They're
come on.
Terrible.
They look pretty bad. I know that like most of the All-Stars or most of the value resorts, with the exception of one, which I think it is the Art of Animation, is the only one that actually has enclosed hallways where the hallways aren't outside like motel style.
Yeah. I think
you're
both
walking
Art
into
of
your room.
Animation and Pop Century, they're both laid out the same.
Amazing, because like I never really thought about that, but then you step out of your room and you're immediately engulfed by the heat, the blanket of humidity, which as a the Southern Californian guy, I'm not used to it. So
I'll be honest. I've stayed at All Star Sports once.
how was that?
I was coming right off of college though, so I was able to get like $90 a night
Amazing
rate, and at the time you'll take what you can get. So you kind of get what you pay for, and so like I respect the fact that they exist just to give people an opportunity to stay there. However, I'm going to do my bestest to never go back there again, if that makes sense. But they do. I think they do. They fulfill a purpose. I did remember seeing like pizza coupons and stuff that are like left in the doors, or like basically like local restaurants or companies that will come. So it really gives you that motel experience. But I don't know. They're there. They do take forever to bus to certain places. So I don't know. They have their benefits, but I totally get you, Tim.
What's your dishonorable mention then, Byron?
Oh boy. So I'm going like to the complete opposite end.
Okay.
I'm going with a defunct hotel,
Okay.
the Galactic Star Cruiser.
Oh, damn, that's a good one.
Wait, why is this dishonorable?
Oh, dude, why is this? Okay, dude. Byron's readjusting himself.
There's a lot.
Hang up right now.
Look, there were some things that I think we really enjoyed about going on the Halcyon. The Halcyon? Yeah. But I got to say, it doesn't exist anymore. So for anyone that was really curious, that like thought that, maybe one day I'll save up to get to it, I got a dishonorable of it because it's not there anymore and they won't get that exclusive opportunity. On top of that, it's so expensive that it's hard to get that operation, I think, to work. I respect it in the sense that they tried to do something different. I'm like worried that Disney's like looking at it as like, oh, it like maybe we shouldn't take risks like that anymore. Cause like I do think a lot of it really worked. But at the end of the day, I want to have a pool.
That's true.
If it's like $6,000 or so, like I know they do that. They had that the climate simulator like outside where you could meditate and
Feel
stack
what it
some
feels like outside.
You could go
stack some rocks.
Yeah.
And you know I enjoyed a lot of the food. Actually, obviously a lot of kids loved it. A lot of people got to dress up and play that part. So that's really cool in like the spirit of the whole LARPing thing. But it just, I want a pool.
I want to be able to go to the parks when I want to go to the parks.
And
too.
that is true. I think when we love rides so much. Once again, I think if it was at a price point where, hey, you could do the 2 nights there and then you'd have a little extra with your family to do a couple more nights at another hotel, I think it could have worked. But I mean, I understand why, like, that's an expensive operation. They got a lot of live talent. It's a really, there's a lot of really neat stuff that went into that experience. It's just, I don't know. It didn't stick the landing for me.
It wasn't. I would agree. I'm not going to copy your Dishonorable, but I'd like to. I'll say that. But let me see.
And by all means, Tim, if you want to defend it, like we know like a lot, like we might be in the minority here because I know a lot of people personally that love this experience.
I just did not have a good time.
Every like maybe like twice a month, my son goes, "Can we go back to the space hotel?"
That makes sense.
We can't.
That makes sense.
Gone.
I think bringing like a kid there would be an incredible experience, probably.
Yeah.
It just was dumped upon Byron and I in a way that we were just like, we weren't prepared for it. I think if I was going to go Dishonorable, oh man, this is probably going to be controversial, but I don't, the Grand Floridian doesn't do much for me, to be honest.
Man.
I've never stayed there. I've never wanted to stay there. I know Princess Diana stayed there. I know Princess Di was there. It's good enough for royalty. Why would it not be good enough for little me? And it's just because, one, the price is crazy, and I don't think the theme is that exciting. It's kind of boring to me. Like,
Right.
I just feel like if you're going to Disney World, you want some sort of fun theme. You're in Disney World. Don't like stay at like a luxury resort. Like, and we've gone over there for brunch. That's nice.
Well, it's modeled after the Hotel del Coronado, San Diego,
I see.
which is also a really expensive hotel.
Which is
a haunted hotel, by the way. I think you got to investigate it.
I've tried to.
It's tough.
Yeah, because they've seen my show. So I think that's probably the main indicator of why they're like, not gonna let that fucking guy through the doors. But I will say that
Their loss.
The Grand Floridian, it's just the theme doesn't excite me that much, and I feel like for the price point, you're not actually probably. I mean, I'm guessing that you're probably not getting, the luxury that it would be suggested by the environment, I would say. But I get it. It's on the monorail loop. It's just not for me. I don't have anything against it. I just don't think I'd ever stay there. But let's go ahead and move on to our top fives. Tim, let's start with you. What was your number 5 hotel?
My number 5 is the Grand. No, it wasn't. But my number 5 is actually Art of Animation.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, this is a value resort. All around a great resort. Like, the pool is really good. It's got multiple pools.
I saw that.
The only thing that I really have against it is the food court. Like, the food options are not great, but the transportation's awesome. It's a Skyliner resort.
Amazing.
And then if you are looking for a place that feels Disney, like you're like, all right, we're going to Disney. We need to be immersed in Disney. This is a Disney hotel. It's the only hotel that I think on property is like 100% pure Disney.
No, for sure. I mean, like each of the hotel buildings are themed after a different property. I have to say, if I really once I found out there was a Cars building there, I almost threw my computer, but then I looked at the pool, and I have to admit,
They gave you the Nemo, dude.
no, dude, not the Nemo pool. I'm talking about that Cozy Cone pool. That thing looks spectacular.
If you get there early enough, you get to like hang out in a cozy cone.
You
too.
get to hang out in a giant cone. It's a giant cone of shade, and then it's like the pool actually looks really nice. And in the Cozy Cone Motel, that area looks great. I wouldn't want to stay in the building that has the giant mater in front of it because I'd punch it in the face after a while.
You got short circuited there.
I couldn't even. His face sometimes it just gets me so angry that I can't
man.
even. I don't like
a Mater hater through and through.
But no, this hotel is incredibly funny, and I feel like if this would be a hotel I would take my future kids to, just because, like you said, you're fully immersed in the Disney of it all. Which, if that's what you're looking for, amazing. If that's not what you're looking for, you're in for a rough ride, I think. But
and one of their more relatively new hotels, I think it's like around 2012.
Yeah. So it was originally slated to open as part of Pop Century. It was slated to open on December of 2001. But something happened in September that caused them to put that on hold.
I said this to you in person too, Tim, but I have to say it again. Your voice sounds so much like Pedro Pascal in Mandalorian. It is alarming. Like if I close my eyes, like if you're driving to this podcast, next time Tim speaks, just imagine Mando being like, art animation, pretty good D. Like, it's a funny thought to imagine the Mandalorian.
Art animation, this is the way.
It is the way. I get it.
Grogu there.
Dude, it's so uncanny. How has no one ever told you that? It's insane. You sound so much like him. Which is, I wish I sounded like him.
I mean, look, he has that helmet on all the time. Maybe
true.
that's your side hustle.
Maybe that is your side hustle.
The Mandalorian.
That's your Jim Hanks operation. Like Tom, because Jim Hanks does all the voice for Woody instead of Tom.
Yeah.
Jim Hanks is of course Tom's brother. Tom gave him that gig. Good brother.
Yeah. He's like, I don't want to do this. Go ahead.
But keep it in the family.
When you walk into Toy Story Land, you're not hearing Tom Hanks.
Byron, what was your number 5?
Okay.
This is actually going to be an informative video for once.
That's weird. Shut it down. No, my number 5, I'm going to go with the Yacht and Beach Club, whatever. I'm having them go in tandem. They're basically the same thing.
Not according to the trackers out there. You got to do both. You got to do both.
Well, I've done neither. So I'm going off the location. I have eaten at Ale and Compass before, which, by the way, this might be like a weird cheat code, but the time that we went to Ale and Compass, it was really early in the morning for breakfast, because if you get a reservation, you could use the hotel for the parking, and then we used it for the rest of the day at the park. So,
amazing.
That's a little loophole if you want to get free parking.
Disclaimer, Disney says you're only supposed to park there for 3 hours, but...
And Tim, that's why I rope dropped Cosmic Rewind. I got out of there right away. That's all I did. I swear, I promise, Disney, don't kill me.
Byron got in there, got what he needed to get done, and scurried away like the little rat that he is.
But obviously the location's incredible. You're gonna have easy access to Hollywood Studios, of course, Epcot. They have basically a mini water park,
Stormalong Bay,
that both the Yacht Club and Beach Club can access. I was tempted to use this slot for Boardwalk because we have stayed there.
Boardwalk, pretty good.
About a couple months ago. And I actually did not have high expectations for it, but it was a cheaper rate than Yacht and Beach, and we were only staying one night. So we kind of fired it up because we knew we were just going to be at the parks the whole time. I was really impressed with the rooms at Boardwalk. I thought the bed was one of the most comfortable hotel beds I've ever slept in.
We had a balcony that then overlooked the Skyliner going in the distance.
Oh, amazing.
That's nice. Mm-hmm. And I think the artwork, like kind of the classic, it's almost like a sanitized version of like Coney Island back in the day.
Which is funny because, Walt hated Coney Island.
Which is why I was hesitant to go to, like, I always thought, like, wow, this hotel is so expensive. Like, I just go to Yacht and Beach. So that being said, I was as impressive as I was by Boardwalk. I feel like Yacht and Beach Club are even better. And that's why I took the spot here.
Yacht and Beach Club, I think you could make the argument this is the best location of any of the Disney World hotels, especially for adults that love Epcot. Because it's like, it is a 5. It's even closer than Boardwalk. It's like almost a 7-minute walk just to get to the World Showcase gate.
Yeah, we stayed there one time and we found that our room, we could walk through the resort, like through the hotel inside, and then pop out a side door that was at the very end of that last building, and then just be like, walk across the bridge and be inside Epcot.
Oh my God. Do you recall how long that took?
5 minutes, yeah.
That's so amazing. That kind of convenience is not something that's common in Disney World. That is the one thing about Disney World is like it is sprawling and huge, but that also means you have to take various forms of transportation to get to places like monorails, boats, Skyliners, which is fun in its own right. But if you do want to just pop in on foot, a little tough to do so in Disney World, unlike Disneyland Resort. And
Yeah.
that whole lake area, but specifically Yacht and Beach Club, I can't imagine it gets better than that. Also, they have that ice cream shop there, which I've never been to. What is it called? Like the Kitchen Sink or something?
Peaches and cream.
Peaches and cream. I was so close. But it was not even close. But they have a kitchen sink ice cream thing, there, don't they?
Yeah.
Have you had it?
Yeah, it's hard.
Oh, really?
It's like a challenge.
But is it good?
I mean, it's everything that you would ever put on ice cream. It's like a brownie and a banana and like a gallon of ice cream and 6 cans of whipped cream.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. The kitchen sink.
Yeah.
I got to try that. And then I got to roll my ass over to Stormalong Bay and just bake in the sun.
After a Run Disney event.
Exactly. Well, my number 5 is, now this is a bit of a homer pick, I will admit, but I just have such fond memories of this place, and I realize that it's an expensive resort, but Animal Kingdom Lodge. Now, we went there for my bachelor party. That's the backstory for this, and Disney hooked it up big time. So this is before I had this podcast even, and I guess I was just lucky enough that Disney knew of my other YouTube nonsense. But I hit up Disney and said, I have a bachelor party that I want to do, and I want to do it at Disney World. And I did not think they would ever get back to me, and they did. And they PR emailed me. We set up a call, and they basically, in so many words, said, we'd love to make this trip very special for you guys. You guys are one of the very few bachelor parties that ever comes to Disney World. So I was like, cool. You kind of just called me a loser, but that's okay because you're going to help me, and I'll take that because I don't have a lot of self-respect. And so they said, yeah, we're gonna. It was amazing. They flew us out. They paid for the hotel. They paid for food. It was I honestly don't even know why it happened to this day. I think it's probably the leading piece of evidence I have for everything being a simulation, because it just doesn't make sense that the mouse would help that way.
It was tied together with Cosmic Rewind.
It was tied together with the Cosmic Rewind opening, so they were able to kind of like glob us into that group, and they were trying to capitalize on a demographic they didn't have, which was people using Disney World as their bachelor party. They were like, we have so many bachelorette parties here. We never get bachelor parties, so like really happy to have you guys. And it did feel like that at times when they were having us do photos, which was fun.
We did run into a bachelor party at the World Showcase.
We did, and it was like the Spider-Man meme with like 20 dudes all pointing at each other, going, "Go! You're weird too! Hell yeah!"
Did you guys have shirts and everything?
We did have shirts. We had shirts with my my face on them, I guess.
My buddy and I designed tank tops for specifically the World Showcase day.
And then they also made a necklace that was like a Flava Flav kind of clock, but instead of a clock, it was my wife's face that we were wearing around.
And we put on the back of the tank tops the Bergara Sayonara.
That's pretty good. It was honestly, I have to say, it's probably one of the best weeks of my life. It was such a fun trip. And it was all at the Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Number 2, right behind when you met me on the bus at Volcano Bay.
No, that was easily number 1. I thank you for making me say that as well, because I didn't want it to get confused. It would probably, if I had to rank the best days of my life, I would probably go, and I'll actually go perspective here as well. Probably number 1, meeting Tim on that bus. Number 2, getting married. Number 3, probably the birth of my child. Actually, those could be switched. Number 2, number 3 could be switched. 1 is always going to be held down by Tim. Number 2 could be my child being born when it happens, or getting married. And then number 4 would be this bachelor week, because it was amazing. But Animal Kingdom Lodge, we're not here to talk about the bachelor party. I just wanted to set the stakes of why it was amazing. We didn't have to pay for this resort, so that was... my mind was blown by that. But I do think this resort has some of the best food in the resort game. They have Sanaa, they have Jiko, and of course they have Boma, aka the Boom Boom Room, which is what Byron and I call it. It's a buffet that's actually quite good. And if you're looking for a quick bite or a recharge, or if you've been doing some drinking and you need just something in your stomach, go to the Boom Boom Room. It's very nice.
Oh, and by the way, that juice that they give you in the Boom Boom Room, according to comments on our on the last time we talked about the Boom Boom Room, supposedly it's just Pog.
Oh, so it's a
Passion Orange Guava.
Yeah, and they serve that at Volcano Bay too.
Apparently, like all the hotels at Disney World, or at least all the character dining or buffets, I think have some form of POG.
Everyone has a version of POG. I also went to Chico for an anniversary dinner way back in the day. I was staying at one of the value resorts, and my girlfriend at the time, we bussed over to go to Animal Kingdom Lodge to eat at Chico for our anniversary dinner. So that's indicative of the quality of this place. And this that trip was not why she broke up with me. So I just want to make that clear. She broke up with me because of me. Anyways, there are real animals on property. You know, that's kind of crazy. It's amazing. We had a room that they put us where the balcony you could see giraffes.
Howdy, neighbor. What do you think?
It's pretty crazy. We got a little surprise for you in here.
Oh, yeah?
It was insane. I just couldn't believe that a place like this exists. I will say, also a little sad, but I think the animals are happy. They've assured us they were happy and that they're taking care of them. I don't know. Either way, they're there if you're into that. They had night vision goggles there. I don't know if you've seen this. Yeah. It's like that scene from Jurassic Park where you could like look at the savannah with night vision goggles, and I just dream come true for me there. But it's also great for Animal Kingdom. You know, it's very close to Animal Kingdom. Everything about Animal Kingdom is about being there early. The animals are out, and then you want a rope drop flight of passage if you want to get on that for a wait that's under 3 hours. And there's a basketball court there. We used it. I don't know of any other place. I don't even know if All Star Sports has a basketball court, but this place has a basketball court. And let me just say, I think I did give Byron the business out there.
I don't think I played.
That's because you knew I get buckets, dude.
I think I was at the bar.
I give buckets. That's all I do.
But I don't like associating you playing basketball with theme parks anymore, because every time I hear you playing basketball before going to a theme park, I think of me wheeling you up the Six Flags Magic Mountain Hill.
That's
because
right.
You sprain your ankle. What did you do?
No, I blew out a hamstring. And we had tickets to Six Flags, and Byron was like...
He blew out his hamstring the morning of us going to Six Flags.
It was a morning run.
And then next thing you know, I'm there wheeling him up the mountain.
Yeah, but it was a fun time, and you had a good time that day. Also, this is is this the most breathtaking lobby in the entire Walt Disney World Resorts?
What?
Or just... It's up there, right?
It's up there. It's definitely up there.
Like, if you were doing like a lobby ranking, it would be probably what? The main players would be this... You would have Fort Wilderness in there. You would probably...
Wilderness Lodge.
Wilderness Lodge. And then I would say Grand Californian, also very similar to the reveal of just the scale of this kind of lobby. Those are the three that come to mind.
And it's interesting. Oh, Alani?
Oh, I've never been to Alani. I'm sure that's
so good.
Oh, I'm so excited for that reveal now. Because
Wilderness Lodge was built in, 1994. And then you get Animal Kingdom Lodge in 2001. So they're probably like, hey, let's do some more of that. And that's right around the time, Grand Californian. So
there was a time when it felt like they were spending a lot of money on landscaping and scale on these resorts, and they've kind of stepped away from that. And this feels like almost like a product of a bygone era.
Eisner went hard on the hotels in the late 80s and 90s.
It's crazy. This hotel is a feat. Also, I wrote big ass fire pit outside. This thing is a whopper. It's huge. It's probably one of the biggest fire pits I've ever seen. And I only remember this fire pit because there was a bunch of chairs around it. And we had DoorDash Taco Bell there after a long night. And it was so good. Other things I wrote, very close to Animal Kingdom, very far from everything else. That's probably why it's more number 5.
Totally different county.
Yeah, it's a big trek. And you can only use buses to get to everywhere else, which is kind of a pain in the ass. It's a deluxe resort, which means you get all of the normal Disney perks. In case you didn't know, that means 30-minute early entry to theme parks any day. Any of the parks, too. You get complimentary parking, free transportation to the theme parks, not from the theme parks to the hotel, though. Or to the airport, rather. That's no longer here.
Oh, it's gone.
That's gone. You get a free water park day, which is hilarious. Did you know that? And I think that's with any Disney hotel right now, by the way.
Any
You get
Disney
a free
hotel
water park
right now.
But isn't it? You have to use the ticket the day you check in.
Yeah, it's on your check-in day. You can go to any water park for free.
What the heck?
Yeah, that works for great for people that are flying in from the West Coast.
I know, dude.
That land at 4 p.m.
I know. I guess you're just going to see a bunch of people from the LAX plane on the way over to Disney World to MCO just in trunks, just ready to go. Because that's really what you would have to do, right?
Yeah.
By the time you got there.
I think if you're flying in from the West Coast, you give that one up. But if you do stay at a deluxe hotel, see if you could sync it up with a day that they do the extended evening hours, so that if you do get in at 3 or 4, you can check in, get situated, maybe have a dinner, and then you're going to basically rampage some rides.
That's right, because this deluxe hotels come with extended evening hours, which is 2 nights per week, and those are pretty awesome, especially when it's like Epcot or something like that.
And you could even get them at the Swan and Dolphin.
And then you also get Lightning Lane early. You could reserve your Lightning Lane 7 days before your day, which is huge. It's a big advantage. Now, yeah, it's expensive. I did every one of these hotels. I picked a random Friday night in September to see what the nightly price was. $575 a night was the cheapest I could find for this as of 2025. So there it is. Number 5, Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Do you want to know what it would cost if we went tonight?
What?
They got us for $383.
That makes
You're
no
not going to
sense.
get the Savannah view, obviously.
No, but you're getting the hotel. That makes no sense.
It's bonkers. Well, I think this is September. I think is
That's like half
less. Ironically, I feel like
$385.
crowds.
Half off. What a sale.
Well, they're doing this thing now where they have the standard rate grayed out, and they're like, you get this rate that's super special, and it's like, and it says stay longer and save more, and it gives you this price. But I put it for one night, and I read the fine print, and it's like, to get this deal, minimum of one night.
There it is.
So pretty much, if you
383, that's pretty good.
if you have any plans of going in July or this summer, I mean,
that's not helpful for
They're
any of the
filling-
people listening to this pod right now. It's not like we record this pod live and they could be like, "Oh, they just said it's 383 right now." By the time you watch, by the time you watch this, that deal's long gone.
Look, I'm pretty confident that they're not getting a massive influx of crowds in August. So
No, that's true, especially with Epic down the road. Tim, what was your number 4?
Riviera.
Oh, I've always been curious about this one. I'm so excited to hear about it.
So Riviera, some of the best food on property is at Riviera.
really?
There's some sort of weird vibe that happens within the walls of Riviera where it just feels like you're in a different place. Like you're not at Walt Disney World anymore. You're in some sort of
Riviera.
It doesn't feel like you're in the Riviera per se, but you're at just like a more upscale feeling place than what you're at. And the pool's really good. There's a really great splash pad. It's a Skyliner resort, so you can just hop on right away. And the rooms are pretty good.
I've always been curious about the Riviera. One of these times, I next time I go to Disney World, I really want to build in a day where I just resort hop, and Skyliner makes it so easy to resort hop, especially on the ones on the Skyliner. And Riviera has been one I've had circled for a while, so I'm thrilled to see that you like it. Byron, have you ever been here?
I have not. This one's relative. Wait, when was actually? I have no idea when this one was even open. But no, I've never even stepped foot on these grounds.
I'm gonna make a guess and say 2017.
It's looking like a 2019.
2019? Damn, that's really new.
Yeah.
That's got to be one of the newest resorts.
I think it might be the newest.
Now that's
ain't
Star
building
Cruiser's gone.
Yeah, that was built after and then taken down before. That's crazy. That thing had a superstar limo life.
Yeah.
And then they got those little studios at this one, right? Is that?
Oh yeah. It's like one room and the bed folds up. It's like the couch is the bed.
Oh, it's one of those. What are those called? Thompson beds?
A Murphy bed.
You would think you wouldn't want to name something after Murphy, considering Murphy's Law. That just makes me think that bed's going to fall off the frame and kill grandma or something like that.
Oh, no.
I hope that doesn't happen. Byron, what's your number 4?
Number 4, I have Wilderness Lodge.
No, there it is.
Yep. This is another hotel that I've not actually stayed at, but I've walked the grounds a few times now. Every time I'm at Magic Kingdom now, I feel like I just always have this temptation to take that boat over there. And yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty set on the next time I'm able to spend enough time at Disney World, I want to stay here.
That little bar area that's by the water that we went to with you and your brother, that looked, that was a great spot. Apparently they have a really good flight there too, is what I was.
Geyser Point.
Geyser Point is, oh yeah, dude, he's locked in. I love the geysers at the pool, by the way, just looking at those. It's just It's a very, I don't know how to describe it. It feels like a classy Disney resort in a weird way, without being like stuffy, which is hard. That's what Floridian doesn't do for me.
Yeah, I just feel so at ease on these grounds. And I think I was always hesitant to go here because we have Grand Californian locally.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to, do to kind of double up on that, but it kind of has its own essence.
Dude, that fireplace that's in the lodge.
The massive totem poles.
The fireplace is huge. It's like it goes from the ground all the way to the ceiling of that lobby. I don't know how they built that thing. And it's like solid rock. It's like when you see a celebrity go through their house in Architectural Digest and they're like, "Oh yeah, this fireplace is made of stone that we rescued from the Himalayas. They had to take it here with a crane." Like it doesn't seem like it was man-made in any way, that fireplace. I just remember marveling at it when I was in there.
And you got that creek that runs from like inside the like in the lobby.
Yes.
It's like bubbling up like that little baby geyser of
I know.
sorts.
I would be
And then
sitting
that,
there in that rocking chair looking at that thing all day.
That creek looks like it runs all the way down to the actual lake.
I think
it's made to look like it becomes the pool and then continues after the pool into the lake.
You know what would be crazy? This would definitely change the vibe of the hotel. But what if they made that creek actually into like a water slide that you could get into in the lobby and you would slide all the way down into the pool? That would be so amazing. That's like some little kid big dream, but
It's some blue sky.
I think that would be amazing. If I could slide out of my rocking chair into a water slide, it's so good. No, I love this hotel. I almost put it at number 4, but instead I listed at my number 4, Fort Wilderness Resort, the cabins.
Oh.
Now, this was my when I was talking to Disney for my bachelor party, they were like, "Okay, give us your list of the hotels that you and your pals, your buddies would like to stay at." I gave them a list. They chose none of the options. That's fine. Because I was happy they gave us anything. But this was number 1 on my list. No, it wasn't. There was another one that's number 1, and that happens to also be number 1 on my list today. But this was number 2. I was very intrigued by these. I've seen people in these cabins. I've never actually gone to the grounds, but I've watched so many walkthrough videos of people walking these grounds.
So wait, was this the new cabins or the old cabins?
I didn't even realize there was a different. I know the cabins they could stay up to 6 people, and so whatever those are.
They're both do the same.
Oh, perfect. I don't care. Whichever one's cheaper, I don't care. As long as they're on the ground.
Yeah. There's new ones that are DVC that I think are better than the old ones, but the old ones do hold a place in my heart.
What are the key differences between the DVC cabins and the old ones?
The old ones look like log cabins. Like they were
that.
Logs, and they're hard to explain because they do have a charm to them, but they were dirty. And
I see.
Getting to the point where they were falling apart. Like we would walk around. If you walk in there and you take your shoes off, doesn't matter. Could have been just cleaned. You're the first one in there after they cleaned it. Your feet are black after you're done walking around. In there. Just because the dirt was so embedded in their essence. But yeah, and I could have bought one for like 40 grand.
Well, this is
wheeling them out.
This is my number 4.
And I didn't realize that the campground for Fort Wilderness has been around since 1971.
Now you can actually camp at Disney World. I don't know why you would want to do that, but you have to pay $90, I think, or maybe even more for a campsite. But this is kind of like that campground vibe, and you can stay in these cabins, which I like the log cabin aesthetic. So this sounds amazing. And like I said, you could share up to 6 people in there. You could split the cost. No shared walls, which is great if you have buddies and you're goofing around in there, or if you have like a baby that's like crying, or if you're like a couple and you want to
have an excuse for why you were quiet.
That's right. No, there ain't gonna be no quiet time in there. But no shared walls. That's huge. I watched a video from Quincy All Years, who a friend of the pod. She described this place as summer camp for adults, which is highly appealing to me because I never went to summer camp, so it feels like I missed that boat. So it feels like I could re-enter that boat now, and one day I will.
I think you could literally enter a boat too nearby.
There is
right?
boat access. Exactly.
I will tell you this. I just stayed there, and we went fishing. Like we booked a fishing excursion, or Disney booked it for us, but went out fishing on Bay Lake. We didn't catch very many, but we caught like five bass.
Oh my! Okay,
Wow.
you just read my mind because Byron took the segue, and then the segue was you could rent a boat to go fishing. And I'm happy to, and I'd never seen anybody do it. I'm happy that Tim, when you were coming on, I was so stoked because I was like, he could fill in some of the gaps of the things I think this resort is, and confirm if they either are that or they are bad. And you enjoyed the fishing expedition?
Oh yeah, it was a good time. It was hot because it was June in Florida, but it was still good.
Dude, that sounds like. And they also have a fireworks like cruise, right? Like where you could get on a boat and then you see the fireworks on from the bay. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I just love all the goofy ass activities they have there. Like you could do archery, you could go horseback riding. Like they have this thing called the campfire sing along with Chip and Dale, which that sounds kind of goofy, but at the same time,
That reminds me of that old musical that I grew up watching.
the Hoop-de-doo.
There was a VHS like sing along that I grew up watching.
You're not talking about the one that has the creepy trees in front of the haunted mansion, right?
It's that same type of production. They did a few of them.
Hey, look, everybody! It's a square dance!
Probably a smart way to promote the resort, but
Well, either way, they have Chip and Dale on stage, and they have a cowboy up there, and they sing songs, and they tell funny cowboy jokes, and then after that, you watch a movie under the stars. That's free.
Yeah.
That's a free experience. That's
And
crazy.
you get s'mores.
And you get s'mores. Dude, you're like in my list right now. My next bullet point is s'mores.
Yeah.
Nothing else. I love s'mores.
I will say though, every time that they're playing a movie that I'm there, it's always like Camp Rock or High School Musical. It doesn't make any sense for the camping vibe.
Well, Camp Rock, I would assume.
That's true. Camp Rock. It's in the title.
Yeah, it's in the title. But I mean, like, High School Musical, not really. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But camping at theme parks. I love camping. I love theme parks. I'm intrigued. I don't know if they would go well together. I feel like after a long day at the theme park, the last thing you want to do is be like, let's crawl into my tent. But you're crawling into a cabin, and a very clean cabin, apparently.
The new ones. Oh, yeah.
The new ones. And I'm intrigued by that. I don't know if it's a good experience. That's why I have it number 4. But it's big enough to bike around. I see people biking around this resort all the time. You could boat to the Magic Kingdom if you're into that park. I'm not. But it's a very disappointing park. The one thing about this place is it seems like you got to spend a lot of time here. It's like the Star Cruiser. It feels like to stay here you would have to have at least one resort day. It's $538 a night for a Friday in September 2025, but you could split that with 5 other pals because there's 2 queen beds and there's one bunk bed for whoever wants to sleep in the bunk bed, which sometimes it's fun. But that's my number 4, the Fort Wilderness Resort cabins. Tim, let's go. Let's do the top 3 here. What's your third?
Grand Floridian.
Oh, there it is. Let's have it.
Oh man. So I born and raised in Florida.
Okay.
It's a very Florida place.
Oh, absolutely.
I have stayed there, and the very first day that Happily Ever After was coming back, I booked Grand Floridian with a theme park view, and we watched. Or I went into the park, but Jen stayed with our son, and they watched Happily Ever After from the room when it came back in all its glory. And the food at Grand Floridian, some of the best that you can find. A lot of different options for restaurants. For whatever reason, whenever they do specialty foods, like they'll do like specialty cupcakes for like right now, 4th of July, specialty cupcakes, or like Christmas specialty cupcakes. It's one of the few resorts that they do that at.
I see.
You can go to Gasparilla as their quick service and you get their specialty food that's made specifically for the season, and it's constantly changing. And I don't know. I like it. That's where you got good fireworks view. I think we booked we might have done from Polynesian, but you can book a fireworks cruise from there too.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And they used to actually park, there was a yacht for a while that you could rent that was called Grand One, that you would leave from the Grand Floridian and do the fireworks view from a little yacht. It wasn't like a yacht, but like it was a pretty good sized boat that you could watch from. And it was like a champagne experience and everything.
Also, they have that big ass gingerbread house every Christmas, right? I remember seeing Whoopi in front of it. Byron, what do you think about the Grand Floridian?
I mean, it's a very nice hotel. I think for me personally, it's I guess when I go out to Disney World, I kind of want something a little more either unique or magical, or something more like, I guess, cheaper.
Yeah.
If I'm like, I guess I'll put it this way. I think there's other hotels in that category that give me more of a sense of adventure if I'm going to be paying top dollar.
No, for sure. But I could see how if you were a Florida native, this could be kind of like
for sure. I get
a mountain you must climb.
I get the appeal. I think this is more like just kind of a personal taste thing. Because I mean, it's undeniable. You walk through that resort, it's gorgeous.
Could we, if you're watching the video version of this, could we just take 1 second to cut to a 3-second clip of Tim's face when I listed this as a dishonorable mention? Because I'm almost positive he was filled with rage. I bet. Just a real quick black and white. Just sitting there, and I was like, Tim, oh, he's got a gun. No, I respect it. Look, this is a classic. Princess Diana stayed there. I know Michael Jackson stayed here a bunch of times. They probably want to associate themselves more with Princess Diana, I would imagine. Mike. I don't know if Mike is going to get into any Disney hotel, to be honest. I mean, I know he's dead, but if he was alive, probably not. Moving on to number 3 for Byron. What is your number 3?
Number 3, I have a different hotel that is on that same monorail loop. I'm going with the Polynesian.
I see.
Polynesian, I think, has more of a vibe if I am going to stay in the Magic Kingdom area at a deluxe resort. I love, we love the tiki vibes.
Ryan. I love the tiki vibes. What makes you say that?
I'm blanking here, I guess, but I just got a feeling you like the tiki vibes.
I do love the tiki vibes.
As big like Trader Sam fans and stuff like that. This is one of those hotels that once again it puts you at ease. You get an incredible view of the Magic Kingdom as well. Got a really cool pool.
It does got a really
love
good
the
pool.
rock work on the pool.
Good pool area.
Yep. If you're a fan of Dole Whip, it's not really as much up my alley, but you got the Dole Whip. Ohana disappointed me, if I'm being honest. We went for breakfast though.
Yeah, it was pretty bad when we went. But I've been before and it's been amazing. But they do that skillet thing now.
Yeah, and they just toss all this stuff in the skillet for breakfast. But hey, you know what? Kids are going to enjoy it for the character dining experience, and the view out that window at Ohana is pretty kick-ass. I will say I'm a huge for lunch. Kona Cafe,
pretty good.
Freaking love.
It's very
They
good.
have some of like the best pot stickers I've ever had. And they have like a bao bun that's really good too. But pot stickers at Kona have a special place in my heart. So the downside is I've only spent one night here, and it was with you.
We did. We were there for some other media event. I think we were there for Star Cruiser. We were there for Star Cruiser.
Yes.
And so they put us up at Contemporary for a little bit before Star Cruiser, but we wanted a bonus day, and we were like, let's splurge. We'll just all split a hotel room at the Polynesian. And we lived the good life. It was great. It was a great time.
Literally checking into Polynesian tomorrow.
Oh my God, you lucky bastard!
Theme park view from the new tower on 4th of July.
Man, the new tower too. I've been following that construction. You'll have to. I might message you later this week and be like, "How was it?" Because it's. I cannot wait. Or I guess I could just watch the video when it comes out.
I don't know how I feel about those new buildings yet, at least from like just appearance, but. Bring us some good news, Tim.
We've stayed there before. The inside feels just like Polynesian. The view is really good. The food at the new restaurant, Wailulu, amazing. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to tomorrow is eating there.
Have you been in or the bungalows? There's like those overwater bungalows. Are they nice, or is it just kind of like
they're really nice, but the only problem, so there's 2 problems with the bungalows. Number one, well, I guess there's a few problems with the bungalows. The pool outside it's a pool. It's called a plunge pool. It's like the size of a large bathtub out on the balcony.
Nice.
It's nice that you get your own little pool, but it's very small. It would have been better as a hot tub, but it's just a regular pool.
That's a good point.
And then because they're out over the water, there needs to be a pump station inside. So like once an hour, your room just like is like and just like flushes everything out of it.
It's like that.
And then
scene
the
in the
fairies
Blues
go
Brothers.
by, honking their horns.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe not.
I will. Yeah. One thing I did notice because I just kind of did like a resort walking day recently, and I walked through Polynesian. I was walking by where those those bungalows are.
We could find that.
And
you made a video of that, right? Which
I did.
we'll be putting
Yes,
on the
it's
channel
on.
soon.
It was a Byron in the Parks.
We'll
I
preview
cut
that
together.
on the main channel soon.
Yeah. Which is if you want to fall asleep, like I made it with the intention of you falling asleep.
Yeah.
And just a casual
I
walk
did.
through all the resorts and stuff. So yes, it did its job. But in terms of those bungalows, I did walk by and I realized once you get close enough to that water, it kind of kills the illusion that you're kind of tropical. You're like, oh yeah, this is a Florida swamp.
Yeah.
You got the cattails or whatever kind of emerging from the. Actually, I don't know what they call them in Florida.
They're
but-
trying their best. I have a number 3, and this may be controversial. Pop Century Resort. Now, hear me out here, because I got a lot. First off, let's start with the best thing about this place. $193 for a Friday in September. That is obviously, look, if you want a true value hotel, you're gonna want to stay off property, because you're gonna get much better value in terms of like actually paying a low rate. I stayed at Holiday Inn a couple times recently. Actually, it was fine. You still get the convenience of being close to the parks, but you don't get the Disney perks that you get with any Disney hotel. Like I mentioned before, early theme park entry, complimentary parking, free transportation, the ability to reserve lightning lanes 7 days early. Those are all pretty big perks. So if you're into that, you probably want to get something at the lowest price point. Pop Century is not the lowest. It's the second lowest, because I believe you could stay for I want to say $150 over at the All-Star Resorts, which I have not been to before. And honestly, I've never been staying a night here at the Pop Century Resort either, but I've always wanted to, because it's an incredibly funny theme to me.
Yeah.
So you can stay at All-Star Sports right now. Like if we went tonight, you get rooms for $144.
There it is.
And then for Pop Century, $189. So
I think that's worth it. For just a little bit more, you get something that's as funny as Pop Century Resort. Also, it's a Skyliner hotel. You get all those perks, but then you get the Skyliner straight to Hollywood Studios or Epcot, or some good old-fashioned resort hopping, which I'm a big fan of.
That convenience is worth the extra $40 right there.
For sure. And it's also, I think, very hilarious to theme your hotel after decades when you won't commit to adding a new building every decade. They just decided, let's stop at 2000. Because it goes up to the 90s.
That's what Art of Animation was supposed to be. It was supposed to be an addition to Pop Century.
And
they abandoned it and changed it over to Art of Animation.
They didn't learn their lesson from making a land themed on future. Because this is Tomorrowland's cousin in hotel form.
They didn't want to give it the Carousel of Progress treatment.
They did not.
Let's just end it here.
But I do think it's genuinely very charming to have different buildings and pools themed after distinct decades. I think that's an incredibly fun theme. There's a 60s hotel and pool here. And if you're there and you're laying there and you kind of just erase the idea that you're at a Disney park, you can almost imagine you're in a Austin Powers themed hotel, because it looks exactly like the DVD cover of the first Austin Powers with the flowers and everything. And I'm a big Austin Powers guy, so I think that's great. I also love the cool giant theming. It doesn't really feel Disney, but it does feel silly still, which is fun. Like I love giant novelty things. There's a giant yo-yo. There's an enormous jukebox in the 50s pool. There's a giant Play-Doh in the 60s pool. There's a giant keyboard in the 80s pool. You get it. There's a lot of giant stuff here. And apologies for not having time to list the size of all those in measurements of shacks. I didn't have time to type that into my Shaculator. If you don't know, Tim, we measure everything in the show by metrics of Shaquille O'Neal's, not feet. So I would say the yo-yo looks like it's around, I want to say 40 feet tall. So we were talking probably in the neighborhood of about
5 to 6 shacks. Maybe?
That's about 5 shacks. 7 times. Yeah, that's about 5 shacks, I would say. That's just a rough calculation.
You ever been in the same room as Shaq?
I have. Have you? It's daunting.
It's daunting.
I looked up and I was like, you have the same circulatory system as me somehow. I don't know how that's possible. Your heart must be the size of my head.
I was in a IAPA, which is the theme park conference. And he's there at the Royal Caribbean booth. And you're just and he's in the center of a crowd of people, and he's 4 feet taller than everybody else. And you're just
you saw Shaq at IAPA?
You could see him above everybody else.
if I ever see him, I'm going to say, dude, I use you as measurements in my theme park podcast. I think he would actually really like that.
Yeah.
I already talked about the Cozy Cone pool that's over at the Art of Animation, and this place is walking distance to Art of Animation. So if you want to go look at the theming of Art of Animation, but then not confront the sobering face of a giant Little Mermaid statue when you're trying to relax at the pool, this is the place to stay. You stay at Pop Century, you walk over, you look at the theming, and then you walk back to Pop Century, and you go back to that the Hippy Dippy pool. That's the name of the pool.
Yeah. The actual
For
name
real?
of the pool. Yeah.
The actual, here's the description from the website. This is from the Disney website. The Hippy Dippy pool. Quote, go with the flow at the Hippy Dippy pool, home to far out flower-shaped water jets and a lazy 1960s attitude, featuring over 253,613 gallons. This pool is big on fun. And then they also have a part in here that made me laugh really hard because they, for the little ones, a kiddie pool is located behind Classic Hall, just behind the Hippy Dippy pool, not to be confused with the kiddie pool. I do want to stay here a lot. It's also really far from Magic Kingdom, which is a plus for me. So just trying to piss off.
A little contrarian.
Look, man, it's not a good park. I'm sorry.
That is ass. That
You're
is such ass. Magic Kingdom
it's
is
not a good
bad park.
It is not a good
I'm
park.
sorry, it's not your precious
It's not
Disneyland.
a good park. It's sprawling. There's no shade. And the lineup is weak. It's comparatively.
Compared to Disneyland?
No, I'm just
compared
tired
to
of
that,
everyone
that's
saying like
original
Magic
Magic
Kingdom.
Kingdom?
It's the park that everyone visits the most statistically, and I'm like, yeah,
Yes, if you're taking your family to Disney World on a trip, like you're taking your kids to the Magic Kingdom.
it doesn't belong in the same sentence as Disneyland. It doesn't. How dare you stand where he stood?
Unbelievable. Where were we?
Anyways, that's my number 3, the Pop Century Resort. I'll see you all at the Hippy Dippy pool.
That sounds like a good place to have a bachelor party.
That I should have went there. If we stayed at the Pop Century Resort, we would have had a blast.
Did they offer it?
No, but if I bet
think-
you I put it on that list, they would
do
have.
a deluxe.
Yeah, they didn't wanted us. They did. I'm shocked they didn't send us over to the Hippy Dippy pool. They were like, no, let's get these guys over to the Animal Kingdom Lodge so they could get to take some good pictures. I would have had a great picture by the giant yo-yo for what it's worth. Anyways, that's it. Moving on to number 2 for Tim. We're going down the home stretch here. What do you got?
All right. This is one that you guys have already said. Fort
Nice.
Wilderness.
Oh, hell yeah.
Number 2. This is the place that I've probably stayed the most, is at Fort Wilderness. We went camping there when I was a kid. That was where we went most often when I was a kid. My parents had an RV for a little bit.
Amazing.
Take the RV there. Nowadays, we rent RVs, which is nice because there are companies out there that will take the RV there, set it up for you, and then you show up later. You get in the RV, you use the RV, then you leave. They take it away. They clean it out for you. It's all done.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what was the camping experience like? Like, what was it like to go to the parks and then be camping?
Well, so I haven't done a tent. Well, I take that back. We did a tent the last time. We did an RV and a tent because my son wanted to do the tent.
Yeah.
So it was cool out. So it wasn't so bad. But yeah, it was nice. We were right next to the bathrooms too. So it was easy. And we had the bathrooms in the RV as well. So it wasn't a big deal. But yeah, it was really easy in the wintertime. I have a tent right now and I'm waiting. I'm a little bit scared to do it in the summer. I've done it when I was a kid, but I haven't done it recently. And so I have to go back and do it in the summer just to experience it. But
You're
I'm a
doing
little
the
bit-
Lord's work.
yeah, a little bit scared of it. But yeah, we own a golf cart because we go to Fort Wilderness so much that
Oh
we'll
my
take
God.
the golf cart with us.
Dude, that's amazing. I'm trying to think of, because I feel like you're camping and you're like, oh, I'm dirty, I want to shower and all that stuff. That's like the one thing about camping that most people don't like. But that's also one of the things that people don't like about a theme park is like, I'm all sweaty and I have no hotel. But then if you leave the theme park environment to enter the camping environment, it feels like you're on a continual loop of nastiness.
These seem like the two best types of vacations at once.
Or you just embrace it.
Camping with rides.
Camping with rides does intrigue me. Like I said, you could get some of the nature. Like, if you really wanted to, I guess, unplug from a theme park environment in terms of like the stimuli and all the noise, going out into nature is such a stark contrast that I could see the appeal of it.
Let me tell you this too. Fort Wilderness at Halloween and Christmas, mind blowing. Like
I didn't even consider that.
Oh man, people bring full setups for Halloween and Christmas. Like Halloween time, they'll set up like a haunted facade out in front of their campsite. Yeah, there was one guy that did Poltergeist last year, and they had like a TV out front, and the little girl sitting in front of it with the static and everything. And like, it's wild. I urge you to look up videos about Fort Wilderness at Halloween. Not to mention, we stayed there for a week around Halloween, and it was 7 days of trick-or-treating.
Dude, that is I didn't even think about that. I'm definitely going to watch those videos after this. That sounds crazy.
This could be our Coachella.
Well, the thing is, like, I mean, that appeals to me because I used to make mazes in my front yard out of PVC pipes. So, like, this is very up my alley. I'm gonna have to definitely look at these videos. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Is this a bad time to? Yeah, I don't know why that made me think of when you scared that kid.
Which kid?
With the Ring camera. Was it the Ring camera? Like, because you could access your speakers. Tim, there was one time we were out at Lake Havasu, and Ryan was checking up on the house so he went on his phone to look at his Ring camera, and it was around like Halloween time, I think, because he had decorations out front. And these kids were curious and looking at the decorations out front. I didn't realize you could put he could basically yell into his phone and it'll go out a speaker. So he did some like ridiculous I
did a witch cackle. I'll put my mic away from my mouth while I do this.
And these kids just went running away, fucking crying.
One kid dropped their Razor scooter and left it on the lawn and just took off. And I was like, I would have kept the scooter. It would have made you go faster.
It was the funniest shit because we're just like on a boat in Arizona. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles.
No one will ever see that video. That incident allegedly happened. Moving on to Byron, what's your number 2?
My number 2, just to stay on theme with kind of the escapism, being out in nature kind of thing, I have to go with Port Orleans Riverside.
I thought this was going to show up on your list.
I don't think this would be on everyone's list, but I had to do a little personal bias here. When I was 8 years old, we did a spring break trip, and that was like one of my earliest Disney World memories of staying an elongated time. And I was just very online. When you're 8 years old, you're doing like roller coasters for the first time. Like, so Disney World felt bigger than life. Like, it's a monumental trip. Like, that's the trip that probably really hooked me into all this stuff. And we stayed at what was called Dixie Landing at the time. Now it's called Port Orleans. But just the grounds I think are lovely. Maybe it's just nostalgia at play for me at this point. But now that I get older, I do love the access that you get taking the boat to Disney Springs. Unfortunately, the detriment here is the bus loop. It's same with like if you go to Caribbean Beach or other resorts that are kind of spread out and have multiple bus stations. You could be waiting multiple stops to even just leave the resort area. So that's the big downside. But apart from that, like you're just so at peace out there.
Beautiful grounds.
You got the river going through. If you do want to get beignets, you can walk like 10 minutes over to French Quarter.
I've stayed at the French Quarter
and get
before.
The beignets.
It
looks fine. It doesn't
it's not the greatest hotel, man.
I haven't stayed there. Like, they did update the rooms maybe like a decade or so ago for Port Orleans Riverside. They have those like royal rooms and stuff like that have a little more of that Disney magic at play. I love the quick service area that's got the little water mill.
I love
outside the window. Just a really peaceful spot. Not as epic as doing the fishing at Fort Wilderness, but apparently you can go fishing as well in like a little creek or something there.
That river walk is pretty amazing, and then also like the adjacent nature of it to Disney Springs is also
and
really
you can
fun.
usually find fairly decent rates if you want to kind of like split the difference.
If you rate hunt for sure,
If you want to do fishing, you just hop over to Old Man Island. That's where the pool is on Old Man Island.
That's right.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's so good. My number 2 is, we've already mentioned it, but it's the Polynesian. And I am so jealous you're going to be checking in there tomorrow. This, for a long time, was my favorite hotel at Disney World. It's got everything I love. It has the tiki theming, the tropical theming. It's got Trader Sam's, best bar by far in the entire resort, and resort meaning the parks, all the hotels. I think it's really hard to top Trader Sam's if you're into theme parks, because it feels like a theme park attraction in and of itself. And I know this isn't me pitching Trader Sam's, but this is in the hotel. So you have to understand, this is a bar that's a tiki bar. The bar that inspired this set, by the way, is Trader Sam's, the one in Disneyland Resort.
Oh, yeah.
But this bar is amazing. Each drink you order has a specific effect that will trigger an effect that happens for the entire bar, like a shipwreck. You know, at Disneyland, you get like a storm and they squirt water at you, and then the chairs on the stools at the bar go up and down. It's a fun time. If you're into immersive environments, Trader Sam's is for you. Also, they have alcoholic Dole Whip there. Have a taste. And they have Dole Whip at your disposal at all times at the Polynesian, which is incredibly good. This place reminds me of my family. I have a lot of grew up in Hawaii. Half my family lives in Hawaii. So we went there frequently to go stay with them. And this place, when they come down to Disney World, or they like staying at places that remind them of home. So this place does remind me of my family. It has that. Byron already mentioned great pool, jacuzzi that overlooks the bay, soothing music in that pool area too. Really just beautiful grounds here. It feels like, how do I say this? The Polynesian feels like it's in the world of theme parks without being too overtly Disney. And I guess what I mean by that is it feels more akin to like Adventureland. Like what you feel, it's reminiscent of the feelings you get when you walk through Adventureland, as opposed to when you look at a picture of Mickey Mouse, is what I guess I'm getting at. Like
this was a 1971 hotel.
Well, because Walt loved this theme, and you could feel it.
But they have in recent years have been injecting a lot of Moana and stuff like that.
I know some people were upset about that. I haven't been in the Moana rooms. Were we in a Moana room? I can't remember.
Don't think so. We were pretty standard room.
It's pretty lightly themed to Moana.
No, that's not that bad then.
Yeah.
Some of the best food in the game, as we mentioned, amazing lobby. You get laid when you check in, as in like they put the necklace over you, not the other thing. You nasties. But no, you get a lay when you get in there. So Tim's gonna get laid tomorrow. That's gonna be awesome for him. I can guarantee it once you enter that lobby.
I'm ready.
Sure you are. Great landscaping here. It's on the monorail loop. You want to be on that monorail loop if you want to get to Magic Kingdom, but it's also a 5-minute walk to the transportation center to get to the Express Epcot monorail. That's a slightly longer walk than it takes to get from the Disneyland Hotel to the monorail in downtown Disney. Just for context. And if you're asking me, how do I know it's a 5-minute walk? I've walked it. And I actually wrote, I've walked it, and with parentheses put, deliver this like Jake Gyllenhaal in what the fuck, in Zodiac. There's a scene in Zodiac where he is explaining why this man is the Zodiac to Mark Ruffalo, who plays a detective, and he says like, I know the Zodiac lived here, and then one of the victims was working at the IHOP a block away. It's only a block. It's door to door. And then Mark Ruffalo's like, how do you know that? And then Jake Gyllenhaal says, I've walked it. Very timely reference for, I imagine, the overlap of Disney World hotel fans is right there with Zodiac fans. I also didn't rank this as high because it was, it's only really beneficial for the most part for Magic Kingdom, but you do have that walk to Epcot, which is not the worst. And yeah, best food in the resort game, possibly next to the best food in the park game if you consider Epcot somewhat close to this. Anyways, $605 a night for a Friday in September. And honestly, that is lower than I thought it was going to be. I think it's like $700. This place is incredibly expensive, which is also why I couldn't in good conscience put this at number one. Byron, what is it tonight?
Even today, it's...
Oh, you said $358, right?
No. Polynesian, $660 tonight.
No, they ain't going to... Polynesian ain't sniffing the 300s. and in this past decade.
No, you could get it with like like Animal Kingdom Lodge and Wilderness Lodge, I think, when you're lucky. But it's hard to get those the holy trinity of the Magic Kingdom resorts, the contemporary. Actually, I can't say original because Grand Floridian was built like in the 90s, I think, or late 80s. But yeah, Polynesian, Contemporary, and Grand Floridian, I think, are on average the most expensive.
If you're at the Magic Kingdom, you could use the monorail to hop on over to the Polynesian and have a tiki drink and then not have to pay the premium to stay there, which is something I've done before. So, number 2. Moving on, though. Our number 1s. Here we go. Tim, what do you got? What's the best Walt Disney World hotel?
Oh, I did want to mention, since we were talking about price, for the Polynesian, I'm staying in a 1-bedroom villa in the new tower, in the Island Tower, and it is $13.82 a night.
Holy shite.
That's theme park view too, so in 1 bedroom.
That's a spicy meatball. That's a lot. I mean, but it's like I said, it is a splurge place. This is the place you go to ball out.
And you will get laid.
And you will get laid in the lobby. I guarantee it. They should adopt that phrase. Moving on. Tim, what is your number 1?
Wilderness Lodge.
There it
Best
is.
places I've ever stayed at is those the cabins at Wilderness Lodge, the ones that are out on the water.
Oh yeah. I was walking past those. Those look amazing.
So good. That one. Okay. So if you're talking about the Polynesian and you're talking about the overwater bungalows, there's no screen enclosure on the back. Yeah, you get fireworks view, but there's bugs.
Yes.
At Wilderness Lodge, the cabins are screened, full screened enclosure. It's a hot tub.
I saw that.
And the fireplace is inside and outside. So you get rocking chairs outside next to the fireplace. You get a couch inside next to the fireplace. Oh, it's nice.
Ryan, we were walking by these last time and asking like, how much do these cost? Because we want like, what do we have to do to get into these cabins?
And I saw it was like $1,500, and I was like, well, I could admire it from the outside.
How many can fit in there? I feel like we could assemble some troops.
If we get like 10 of us and just squeeze us in there, they'll never know.
I think it's 6.
But if
6.
Yeah, but you
then,
can
like,
get some
out-
sleep. You get some
Yeah,
sleeping
sleep on the
bags in
floor,
there.
on the
Yeah, I
couch.
mean, what are they going to do? Go in there and count the toothbrushes? They don't know there's 10
Outside.
of us in there.
Right?
I
Somebody
do.
sleep in
the
the
only
hot tub.
the thing is you
Sleep in the hot tub.
if you want the deluxe perks though, I think you have to register those guests so that their tickets will work with whatever. But if that's important,
I mean, 4 people probably aren't going to want to do the extra evening hours with us anyway, Byron. Then we're going to tire them out.
yeah, fuck them.
It's fine. That when we took the boat over here, I had never seen these cabins before because I'd never been to this resort, and we wanted to walk around for this Wilderness Lodge. And when we were passing by, I remember turning to Byron and being like, "What are those cabins?" Because the screen enclosure, the mesh screen enclosure for the patio, the outdoor patio, I was like, that is genius. That's amazing. I'm so glad that you were able to experience that and relay the good word.
I feel like the last time that I stayed there too, something was happening over at Disney Springs. What's his name? George, Wine Bar George. He had this offer where they were giving you a tomahawk steak. Like you had to pay for it, but he had a tomahawk steak on his menu. And we went over there and took it to go and then brought it back to those cabins. And we just had this steak the size of our heads. And we're just like cutting it up, sitting next to the fireplace, eating this giant steak.
That sounds absolutely lovely. And also the food at this resort pretty good too, right? What is it called? Like Whispering Canyon Cafe?
Yeah, Whispering Canyon, Geyser Point, and Artist Point. Artist Point's character dining with Snow White, Seven Dwarfs, and the Evil Queen.
Gotta have that queen.
Yeah.
Byron, do you have anything to say about this lodge, or should we?
I think I've said it already because it was on my list.
It was on your list. That's right.
Oh, I will add because Tim, you reminded me because I know you brought up one of those hotels where you they were playing like High School Musical and stuff, so it just didn't really fit the. So back to my number 2, I did remember a big part about why I really liked the last time at Port Orleans Riverside was because they had Princess and the Frog playing outside. So I'm like, oh, that really fits the vibe.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Byron, I'm so excited to see what your number 1 is.
We've already discussed it.
What is it?
That's it. It's Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Whoa, this is your number 1.
I know. I didn't think it would be, and then it just I don't know. There's like a feeling evoked. I think it helps that we stayed a week there.
That's true.
I just think I was trying to split the difference between being objective and also personal taste. And since we have stayed a good amount of time at this resort, I also love Animal Kingdom. So there's a lot going for me there. The downside is it is more difficult to get to pretty much any other park in the resort. But gosh, that lobby entrance with the big window out the back, the staircase that goes down from there down to Boma and down to the pool area, just the expanse and just the design of this hotel, I just think is a masterpiece. And if you are lucky enough to get the Savannah view, I mean, game over. I just coming back to that like midday breaks or whatever, and then you see a giraffe chilling out there
It is pretty crazy.
on the Savannah.
It's surreal.
It's nuts. So and like some of the best food I think you could get at a hotel on Disney property too. I didn't even eat Sanaa, but you guys all loved that.
It was really good. They have a little bread platter that they bring out, and it's like bread with an assortment of dips. And you know I love an assortment of dips, and I was dipping. It was very good.
No, I love it. You got get your jumbo on, you know.
Exactly.
Also one of the best, in my opinion. When I don't drink anymore, but I used to. Victoria Falls, excellent bar.
Victoria Falls.
Yeah, it's the lobby bar just above. What's that? Jico and Boma are right down there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one that like overlooks them.
I don't think, did we even spend time there?
I know which one he's talking about now, and for whatever reason we did not.
Well, we were in the parks the entire time.
Yes,
And
but that would have been such a convenient one.
But the thing is, like, when we were there for the bachelor party, like I said, we were meshed in with that Cosmic Rewind event, and it was
this
just
is
open
true.
bars everywhere. It was weird.
We did have an itinerary.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
My number one, and look, I'm going to get a lot of flack for this. That's fine.
Star Cruiser.
No, it's not. It's not Star Cruiser. I believe it or not, this is probably going to be more controversial.
I'm actually curious. I thought it was going to be Polynesian.
No.
I can't even think. I'm trying to like think of every hotel I know you stayed at. Maybe it's not one that you stayed at.
I have not stayed at this hotel,
Oh.
and it is my number one, which is controversial in and of itself. My number one is the Swan and Dolphin.
Oh my god!
No, technically, I hear you. I hear you in the comments. I hear you screaming at your steering wheel. This is not a Disney hotel. It is.
And it's at Disney.
It's in the bubble. It is in the bubble, folks. And it is not only in the bubble, it is located in the bubble on the most, I think, valuable plot of land in that it's not really near land. It's on the Crescent Lake. I think that's the most valuable place you could be, especially, and I will say, this is obviously coming from the lens of a person who does not have kids at the moment, and I'm going with just my pals, my adult pals. Epcot is where I want to be. I want to be close to Epcot. I want to be close to the World Showcase. This is walking distance to the World Showcase. It is a 15-minute walk. How do I know that? I've walked it. And I've also, it's also walking distance to the Hollywood Studios.
It is. And you know what? I'm not the biggest fan of Hollywood Studios, but I got to say, having the convenience of just getting the rides you want to get out of the way at Hollywood Studios, like with just one boat stop away.
It's also only 15 to 20 minutes to walk there.
Oh, it's such a gem. Like if you go, like for example, like last time I stayed at Swan and Dolphin, landed at like around 3 p.m., checked in at Swan and Dolphin on the night that Hollywood Studios had the extended evening hours. So it was like I had my own bonus day where we just went in at like 6 p.m., went on all the rides and watched Fantasmic, and just one boat ride back. That's like the best way to possibly do Hollywood Studios, I think, and then have plenty of time to do all the parks that you actually care about.
This hotel, I feel like if I were to be transformed by a wizard into a hotel, it would be the Swan and Dolphin, because this is a function over form hotel. This is all about function and nothing about flair. It's just, this gets the job done. It's cheap comparatively to all the other resorts around it. Compared to the resorts around it in this little Crescent Lake area, it's like several $100s cheaper than all of these deluxe resorts. It's still, it'll run you, what, $261 a night for a Friday in September for the Swan, $243 a night for a Friday in September for the Dolphin. That, comparatively to other Disney World hotels, is actually a bargain. And, as we mentioned before, you get the deluxe perks. So you get those bonus nights like Byron was mentioning.
Now, I will have to point out that it does not have the Disney bus system. So that is a downside to getting to the other two
It does.
theme parks. However, and I'm, take this for what you will. You are located next to 3 other deluxe hotels that are owned and operated by Disney. Use your imagination.
It's a 3 to 5 minute walk to get to the boardwalk. So you could use the buses there, and you could use the boardwalk area for your own leisure.
It does have its own bus system.
It does have its own
It
bus
does.
system.
I don't think it's as efficient.
No, it doesn't come as often.
And it also it drops you off at the same point as the Disney buses, except for one park.
I think it's Magic Kingdom, right?
What a shame. Well, I was about to say, oh, what a bummer. I guess that's irrelevant to me. It has the Fountain Restaurant, which is the cheapest table service in Disney World on average, according to our pal Quincy, which I imagine is exhaustively researched because she does her stuff. And they have milkshakes there. So that's pretty good. The Dolphin only has double beds. Keep that in mind. Swan has queen. This does have a resort fee of $50 a day, which is kind of annoying. So you got to tack that on. But that's still...
You know what? I do appreciate... I looked at the listing this morning. It includes the $50 fee.
It better.
So it was listed at like $321, but it says under includes the $50 fee.
Yeah, because that still puts it about $200 cheaper than any other hotel in the Crescent Lake area. And because it's a Marriott hotel, you could use Marriott points to book your stay if you're hoarding points like a little squirrel like I am. I have a whole bushel of acorns in my little tree, which is, I guess, the metaphor for my bank, I suppose. Whatever. But there's a spa here, too. Apparently, it's a pretty good one, too. Have you ever been to the spa, Tim?
I haven't been to this spa, but I would like to go. I will take it upon myself to go to this spa.
Oh, please tell me.
I will tell you if it's good or not.
They also serve normal food here, like Tim was saying. Like, other than just like the Food and Wine Festival, they have normal restaurants that serve normal people food. Blue Zoo is apparently good.
Todd English, Blue Zoo.
There
I don't know who
is.
Todd English is anymore. I think he was a celebrity chef at some point.
Nah, I mean, if it has it, he did something. So
Yeah.
he's got his name out there. There's also a cafe there named Fuel, which I like.
Yeah, it's their quick service.
Sells coffee. They sell Dole Whip there, which is crazy. That's a hack. And they sell craft beer that's specific to the hotel at Fuel.
Yeah.
Apparently, the beds are incredibly comfortable because it's a Marriott hotel. Clean and tidy rooms because it's a Marriott hotel. And I will say, I'm just going to say it, the Dolphin has an absolutely hideous interior. This place is one of the worst looking hotels I've ever seen. It basically looks like they hired the guy who designed the carpets at MCO and was like, build a hotel. Have a blast, buddy.
I don't know. People love those carpets at MCO.
I know. So if you love the carpet at MCO
That's
and you're like,
probably
I
why
wonder what this would look like if this guy did interior design.
I haven't
Go to
been,
the Dolphin.
I haven't been in the Dolphin before. I've been in the Swan a couple. Well, I've stayed at the Swan a couple times, but I like it.
It's a monstrosity.
It's
inside
a conference hotel. That's why I'm like, I'm afraid I hyped it up too much for you.
No, this looks like a hotel that you would see in a movie where a guy goes to stay at, like a businessman goes to stay at to go cheat on his wife when he's attending a conference nearby. This has the vibes of, I'm going to go cheat on my wife at this bar and because I'm at this conference nearby. That's what it looks like. If it's not, the vibes aren't great inside.
They got big pools. I thought the gym
was giant.
The gym was better than the one at the Contemporary.
It's within walking distance of mini golf.
It has one of the few gyms, by the way, that are in Disney World Resorts.
Really?
I
I
believe
feel like a lot of them have. The Animal Kingdom Lodge had a little gym.
it did.
Yeah.
Did you use it?
Yeah, we did. We had a little. Well, half the bachelor party was in there.
I wasn't in there. Was I in there?
I don't know. No, you
There's
weren't.
no way I was in there. I'm
No.
not working out on vacation. That's a
No.
rule of mine.
That's fair.
I also don't work out at home. That's regardless of the point. But
It's right there.
I know there's a reason why it's folded up because I don't use the workout. We're filming this in my garage, Tim.
Oh, I will say though, the Swan, those resort facing balcony rooms, I had that last time. Incredible. Nothing like ending a night at Epcot and then you kind of you get to your balcony point, maybe put on a robe or something,
Nice. I love a robe.
and just enjoy that Crescent Lake. Yeah.
It just occurred to me the reason why it's called Swan and Dolphin is because it's on water. That's probably not a revelation to anybody else, and it's probably something that somebody put together immediately, but I just put it together now. And there's that. So
That's cool. They're divided by a bridge. Oh, wait. I had one more big thing. Why am I blanking on it now? It was so semi-important, too. Damn it.
Got a new building, the Swan Reserve.
They do have the Swan Reserve.
My wife is looking at me.
Hey, Mari.
Wait, Mari, can you come in here really quick? Just really quick. I want to introduce you to Tim. This is my wife. This is Tim.
Hello.
This is my wife, Mari. Mari, could you tell Tim really quickly in 2 sentences what you thought of the Galactic Star Cruiser?
Oh, no.
Waste of my life.
Oh, man.
She did it in 1 sentence. That's crazy.
Ruining my...
He's gonna kill you now.
Oh, he's gonna kill you. He doesn't agree?
He just whispered
No.
into his mic, "I will kill you."
No.
He's saying no. He's saying no, but he means yes. I'm just kidding.
How does it feel to be wrong?
No, Mari, no. You can't accost our guests. Tim is theme park YouTube royalty. You cannot just come in here and.
Bye, Tim. Bye.
Bye.
Nice.
Okay.
Mari, excellent work. You gave me just enough time to remember what I was the point I was trying to bring up. There's a bald eagle that hangs out on the top of the Swan.
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
I was on the boat and then
a real bald eagle?
Yeah, at least one. I think we saw 2. I saw 2 up there. And the person's like, "Yeah, there's bald eagles that live there on the top of Swan."
That's amazing.
Just out of nowhere?
They've apparently been there for years.
You're telling
It's
me
not
that
even Simon
they're
Disney.
so rare. There's a bald eagle in the Walt Disney World bubble by coincidence?
Yes, and it stays at the Swan, the #1 hotel, according to you.
That's right. The Swan and Dolphin. I prefer the Swan. It's $20 more expensive, but the Dolphin I could deal with and just close my eyes as I walk through it.
I will tell you this. That Crescent Lake, the other time I've gone fishing at Walt Disney World, I caught 20 bass in Crescent
Holy
Lake.
shit.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love
There's a
fishing
lot.
too. That does it for our lists. I'm sure you guys have your opinions. And so try them off in the comments. Which list do you like the best? Which list should be set on fire? But either way, that does it for this episode. Thank you again, Tim, for joining and
Thank you for having
for sharing your time with us. Is there anything you'd like to plug? Not that you need it. from our humble platform. But
You
yeah.
could watch my YouTube channel. That'd be nice. The Tim Tracker.
If you all couldn't tell by now, he's very knowledgeable, especially amongst the Orlando resorts. So yeah, you'll probably learn a bunch by watching his videos and be entertained as well. So thanks again, Tim, for coming on. This has been a total pleasure.
And if you're watching, make sure to like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, or if you're listening, rate the podcast 5 stars and subscribe as well. And again, you could consider supporting us by joining our 4th wall over at fyapod.com to get up to those 3 monthly bonus shows. And here's 10 e-ticketers that we'd like to thank already that are over on FYAPod already. John C. the Popcorn Fiend, George 3, Glispywalk, Sam is Spooky, Caitlin, Jennifer Galindo, David and Rachel, nice. O times Wooly, Raymond L, Melanie Liu. Follow the pod socials at FYA Pod everywhere. I'm at Ryan Bergara everywhere. Byron is at Byron A. Marin. Thanks for spending your time with us. Oh, and Tim, what's your socials?
The Tim Tracker.
That's easy to remember.
Everywhere. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for spending your time with us. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you all on the next ride. And I'll see you at the Dolphin Hotel. It's going to be a good time at the spa. Next time we're in Orlando, we should all do the spa together. We should.
Yeah.
I'm down.
So there are some resorts around here that have that robotic masseuse.
What?
Yeah, there's like a robot masseuse at the Four Seasons, and then I think there's one other one, but it's like a kuka arm that like comes around and massages you.
I'm guessing it comes at a discount, right? Or
I don't know.
Does it
Maybe
have
it's more
like
expensive.
fleshy fingers, or is it like
done
metallic
it yet.
fingers? Do they have like
need to go do
T1000
it.
skin over it, or is it just? Because I'm imagining like Rex from Star Trek or Star Tours, like him giving me a massage. Actually, I bet you there's people who would pay good money to get massaged by Rex.
Yeah.
I know this is my first massage, but it's so good.
And it's mine too.
But I guess we're gonna have to do that. That sounds great. Anyways, we'll see you guys later.